My eyes were struggling. I don't want my ears to go as well.
Are we going?
Yeah, we're going.
Need earplugs now.
So what's
You know
the
what
go here?
You know what I realized from the last episode, Isaac? We didn't talk about knockout at all. We didn't even mention why we went to Sydney in the first place. Can you believe that?
Probably for the better.
Pretty sure I mentioned it once. Just the word, but like,
The word.
yeah, knockout.
So
Fair enough.
what's going on here? Is it sunglasses day today?
Just too fucking bright.
Right, bro.
You're not wrong.
Don't those lights dim? For everyone listening, that we have like these two massive fuck off lights. I kind of understand what they do, but
I want to turn them brighter.
no.
You're just a pussy.
Bro,
Dude, my eyes
I'm-
are already fucking so strained.
You guys sit on the side,
Red.
so you like face each other more. I
My
got
eyes
these
actually
two things beaming down my eyes.
Grow up. It's fucking
I'm
copy.
gonna be like you guys soon. I
Yeah.
won't be able to look at anything without wearing contacts.
yeah.
Rather not.
It's not that bad. Being blind isn't that bad.
Being blind is not that bad.
Yeah, you think you
Elaborate.
think you have good skin all the time because you can't see your pores.
That's a
So you-
terrible.
So you're just misled.
Yeah.
By your own eyes,
Pretty much.
And
That's,
that's a good- and
that's
that's a
what
good
blindness
thing.
is.
and that's a good thing.
It's a
Yeah.
terrible
It's
reason.
stressless.
Stressless.
I have no stress, bro.
But isn't stress good? We've spent like 3 episodes talking about how.
Yeah, but I walk down the street, I don't see people looking at me because I can't see their face anyways.
It is a bit of a flex when you can be that guy in the room that has the worst eyes.
I can't even take that seriously. There's no way.
Like when you drive, you can't see the
What's
limits.
What's your
You've
prescription,
just
bruv?
conditioned yourself to like think that that it's a flex to have bad eyesight
I
because you have
tried-
no other option. You don't have the option to
Well,
have the best eyesight.
You're actually right because I've tried to get them fixed and they said they were too shit. They couldn't even do laser eye surgery on me.
Yeah, so you
I have
just
to wait
conditioned.
until I'm like 28 years old till my eyes have matured enough.
Wait, what are your stats?
They're both +8.
But I
that's
feel like
fucked.
this.
What you got?
I'm only -6, -4.
Yeah, that's one eye is severely worse than the other.
But then you're also like 3 years older than me.
Mine have been consistently
Consistently?
garbage.
-6, -4. What's not? What's
Mine would be.
So he's
is it
short.
0?
It should be 0. He's short-sighted, so he's on the opposite end of the spectrum. He's minus. I'm plus, so I'm long-sighted.
You guys
But
are
I'm
on the
so far down the long-sided spectrum that even short, I still see.
No, but when I
terribly.
when I
You
was
guys are on the
16,
spectrum.
when I was 16, I had ortho K, which is a special type of lens that compresses your cornea, so it's actually stopped the astigmatism. So it should be way worse, but since it's all compressed down, it's stuck at -6, -4 since I was 16.
You want to know what mine's stuck at?
Mad. 0?
Yeah, snake eyes, bruv.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah. Too bad you can't look at a light without flinching.
Duck eggs.
What?
Anywho,
Duck eggs.
Chuckus McDuckus.
Blake McBit's missing.
So why are we sitting here and talking?
Yeah, I don't know. Just thought we'd jump
Just
on
having a
and
chat.
have a chat. See how
he's doing
everyone's-
it again. What beverages are we
Oh
drinking
my-
today?
Oh yeah, we got a beverage party going on. Some
Yeah, we
glasses.
do.
We're all
What's your one? Let's start with you.
looks fancy.
Drinking a bit of Disorder pre-workout. 250
a
milligram.
bit of what
caffeine.
pre-workout?
Disorder.
Oh, disorder.
It's currently 9:26 Brisbane time, and he's drinking pre for a podcast.
Yeah.
And
Tastes pretty good.
how
too.
many cups of coffee had you had today?
Oh no.
About 5?
About 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So
Light work.
I'm probably nearing close to the 800 milligram caffeine area today, probably. Yeah. 800 to 1 gram, maybe. I'll be happy with 1 gram. That'd be a good effort.
What do you-
ER's got a bed waiting for you.
What are you drinking? Like,
Yeah, I already gave him a ring before
Coke, bro.
to prep the bed for me.
Just Coke. Bit of this, bit of that.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
where'd you get Coke from?
Coke of the cola variety.
How'd you get Coke?
Just summoned it, bro.
Yeah.
Summoned it in the kitchen.
I just got hot water.
Didn't
Just
ask.
hot water off your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all been sick, eh?
Water of the hot
Yeah,
variety.
when you got sick first, Blake, right?
Yeah, we can blame.
After returning from Sydney.
Yeah, we blame Sydney for that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was inevitable that once.
probably from the airport.
No. I was sick already in Sydney before I got on the plane on the way back. I was like sick the day after I don't know if I was sick the day after DEFCON, but I don't know if you guys can tell when you're like getting sick. Do you guys get like tired?
DEFCON.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I say DEFCON?
Yeah, said it twice,
Oh
cuz.
no, bro.
Yeah.
Oh no, the PTSD.
I know what you mean.
It's hitting me hard, Bryden. It's bad. We need DEFCON back.
Bryden. His name's Isaac.
No, I'm talking to Bryden because he's over there somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Which camera is he looking at?
Yeah, I could be on either of them. It's not on the one that's on Jordan because Jordan's not speaking. What was I saying? Oh yeah, do you get tired when you get like when you're first getting sick before you have any symptoms? Do you get like unusually tired and you can kind of like tell like, okay, I'm getting sick because I'm really tired?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it.
Nice.
What about you, Isaac?
Are you on this planet? Bro said,
No, I just get cough
Yeah, we can tell.
straight away. No, I'm not even slowing down or anything. I just have a cough. Like, I function perfectly fine with a cough and phlegm and congested signs.
You don't notice that you get like just more lethargic and tired
I don't.
Lethargy gets
At
him,
all.
bro.
when the whole time you're sick?
I'm not lethargic. No.
Yeah, fair enough. Guess you just
Can't take
built.
this Blake seriously.
Oh no.
I'm sick, but I don't feel lethargic.
Fair enough. But you've been training less, haven't you?
Yeah, what's been going on with training?
That's because on Sunday I hit like so many reps and I got so sore. That's why I was complaining about the whole week, bro.
Do you reckon muscle soreness is exacerbated because you're sick?
No, because I hit that massive set on Sunday.
Didn't you hit massive sets before in your life?
Yeah, and I had to take 3 days off, just like my last peak week.
Were you sick every other time you?
No,
Oh, fair enough.
yeah, just did lots of reps. It was 10 sets of 5 tuck planche push-ups to 5 advanced tuck. And then I did a 10-10-10 attempt, which is 10 muscle ups, 10 straight bar dips, 10 pull-ups. Didn't get that one. Then I did 10 to 1 for pull-ups to dips, which is 10 pull-ups, 10 dips, and then you go down on 1. And I did that for incline push-ups to rows. That just basically cooked me. Then I finished the session with a challenge, trying to get to 5 handstand push-ups. Did that, and then tried to do a 90-degree handstand push-up. Did that, and just sat on the couch the whole night.
Good chat, bro.
Yeah, my training's been fucked, eh? My shoulder's cooked.
We're in the shit this week.
Yeah, man.
Last week we've all been.
I haven't been this injured in a while. My shoulder is so impinged right now. It pinches just doing a handstand now. Like I definitely can't handstand push up. Push ups is probably the most strenuous push I could do right now. But I've been rehabbing it like crazy, so give it a couple of couplers and should be there. I've had it before, so I know how to treat it. Just gotta give it time.
Do you think that the impingement is the effect of you not having a good balance between rest and training?
Yeah, could.
Do you think it could be from overtraining?
Nah, not really, because I haven't been overtraining particularly recently. I've trained much harder in the past. I know in the past when I've got an impingement, it's because I've had wrist issues. I think it's originating from my wrist, causing imbalance, which goes up my arm. I reckon it's the same because I've been training a couple of weeks without wrist straps now. And my wrists have gotten stronger, but I noticed recently they've been a bit sore. So I think it's gone up into my shoulder. So
Have you ever gotten the shoulder impingement before?
yeah, like 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
How come?
I usually get it once every 6 months.
Is it the same reason?
It usually is from my wrist. I figured out from my physio, and it's always treatable. Usually it goes away at like 2 weeks. I might have it, and then it will go away. It's usually a pretty gay 2 weeks, but yeah, it usually always goes away. I never have injuries that are persisting for a long time. Usually max couple of weeks, and the absolute max. Yeah.
I haven't had a shoulder impingement for the past 3 years.
I haven't had a shoulder impingement the last 23 years.
That's good, man.
Should do some more dips. Like a lot of dips.
Usually, it's usually from my wrist, my fucked wrist.
Who should do more
Working
dips?
on.
Would you just build the hypertrophy of your delts and rotator cuff? Seems to bulletproof it more than enough times.
Yeah, it's all related to my wrist because whenever I have wrist pain, it's always my right wrist has the pain. I've never had left wrist pain. Always my right, and then it's always my right shoulder. That's how I had impingement.
Most people,
It's linked.
yeah, most people typically have like a imbalance. Like they're not, no one's symmetrical. No one's body's like symmetrical though, right?
Yeah,
That's true, isn't it? Like everyone's like stronger in one side than they are in the other.
I had someone notice recently as well when I was just walking, my right shoulder hangs lower than my left.
Yeah,
I'm like this. It's obviously not this noticeable. Like it's very minuscule, and you have to look closer to see it.
Yeah.
But my right shoulder is literally lower than my left for some odd reason.
I got the same thing. I notice myself when I look at myself in videos walking and stuff like that. My right,
Yeah.
same thing. It's just like an imbalance. And I notice from doing planche a lot that when I get a pump, my left bicep is more pumped than my right bicep. Because my left bicep's stronger than my right. I think just overall my left is stronger.
Yeah.
But
It's near impossible to be perfect.
oh yeah. But it's definitely important. I think it's not even I think. I know it's a fact that it's important to be aware of your muscular imbalances and do your best to balance them out. So if you notice that, because every muscle in your body is paired, right? Like it's symmetric. You have one on each side. So if you have a bicep, like you have two biceps, you have whatever it is. It's important to be aware that one of them is going to be stronger than the other, and it's important to just dedicate a little bit of extra effort to training the one that's weaker so that you can kind of do your best to balance them out. It's never going to be perfect, but it'll definitely prevent injuries for sure.
Yeah.
Agree?
Yeah.
Good to hear from you, bro.
This bloke's
Over
just
there.
on another fucking planet.
Mate, he's
Just try not to
There's
cough.
someone
yeah.
There's someone who doesn't indulge in any alcohol or substances. You're pretty cooked, man.
I'm just trying not to cough.
The thing is, he's like barely coughed all day, and now you just come in the podcast room and all you can.
Next thing you know, his fucking name's Michael Kaufman.
Michael Kaufman, you're a
Kaufman.
What's your nickname? We don't have one, do we?
My nickname.
Yeah, have we given you any nicknames? I don't think we have.
I don't think does anyone have a nickname?
I got one currently.
What?
Like bits missing.
Blake McBits missing.
It's the first I've heard.
Oh well, there you go. Because I got bits missing. I don't know if you can see the thing.
Now you just look silly.
We actually now that you say it,
Oh,
now
it's
that you
here.
mention that,
Why don't I do that? Just here. I'm trying to see myself in the thing.
now that you mention that, none of us have nicknames. We literally all call each other by our full first name.
Well,
It's very intriguing.
I know for certain my name can't be turned into Nick.
Where did Nick come from?
I can't be nicknamed.
Oh,
You silly goose.
You got me.
Yeah, you can't turn my name into a nickname. It's too short, Blake. And I don't think Jordan can.
B River could go. Could work.
But see, it's more effort to say
Yeah,
that
it is.
than
It is more effort. So
becomes-
it's not really like a nickname.
It's
More like
it's unsustainable.
yeah,
Unsustainable nickname. Same as Blake McBits.
more like a
missing.
Jonathan name rather than a nickname. If I go with B River,
Yeah, Jonathan. True. He might respect that one.
Yeah.
Shout out Jonathan. if
And
you're
then
watching.
Isaac. Not really.
I cannot deal, bro.
What?
You just like
You told me to put these glasses on, mate.
Wait, we're missing something. We forgot to mention. He's a bipedulant now.
Oh yeah, certified.
What's the go there?
I don't know. Depends.
Bi-
Depends how
when we
strict,
say-
strict of a judge you are. Hey, you know what? He came to the shops today with me without crutches. Walked the
Yeah, I just
entire
walk around,
shops
bro.
without crutches.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. Carried the bag to the car and everything.
Yeah, when we say bipedulant, we mean bipedal.
Is that the first time that Isaac's
two
contributed
functioning
to
legs? First
Can
time
you-
you had functioning
More or
legs in
less.
2 months? First time you had functioning legs?
It's also the first time he's contributed to shopping in 2 months as well.
Yeah, that's
What's
wild.
the month before August? July? Yeah, approaching 3.
Oh, yeah, it was the end of July. You fucked it, eh?
Approaching 3, yeah.
Oofed. Like 2.5 or something.
Mm.
Yeah, could be. Could not be.
Could be Isby.
Frisbee. Frisbee, he reckons.
My throat is fucked.
I got butter menthols. I offered them the other day and you
I
didn't want
found the
it.
ones that I had.
That's
as well.
because it's fucked now. I know.
Yeah, just copper menth.
Yeah, they're pretty good, bro.
Oh, but we're locked in.
Yeah, we're locked in now.
Yeah.
We
Can't
lock
get out.
ourselves in this room every time we do the podcast for.
To
For-
fit our couches in.
Yeah.
They only just
Actually-
make it as well. It's pretty miraculous how we managed to just make it work with these random
We
couches we
have-
found on Facebook Marketplace.
That's. I've been reminded. We have. Actually, should we just wait and then surprise everyone?
Do
Do you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
But should we just wait? Should we hold off? Yeah, I reckon we should. I don't reckon we say. But part of it is we'll be in a different location.
yeah, last potty in
Yeah,
this location.
Yeah, we'll be in a different location. But the rest of it can be saved. We got more surprises on the way. Next couple eps.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be next ep because we're considering doing a double this week.
I have noticed
Mm.
that the potties are far more natural now to us.
Yeah.
Remember the first couple? Even when we did some practice runs back over in that
Yeah.
in the old Airbnb that we were in back then. At first, we were just like
Yeah, like
kind of
frozen
awkward
like
and
deer in
didn't know what to
headlights.
say, and you feel like there's a whole crowd watching you, but now it feels just way
Yeah.
more natural.
Yeah, yeah. Deer in headlights, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to.
Or also headlights in deers that works too.
And then you realize
That's a weird one.
you
to
didn't
think
press
about.
record for the podcast and you have to redo it.
Oh, bro, the amount of
When
headaches.
times that just the cameras weren't in focus
Mm.
and things just messed up.
That's right. We've upgraded. We have a monitor now.
Yes.
Shout out, Lendy.
So I got a promotion, and they said, "Oh, we'll send you a free monitor since, or do you need a new monitor for this new role?" And I said, "Yeah, send it through. I need it." Boom, straight into the potty room.
Looking mint.
Potty upgrade. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. We can see ourselves now. It's kind of weird. Do you ever just like look at yourself and
Yeah, it's good. I like it. They can't actually see anything. They don't even know what we're looking at. I just realized.
you?
Yeah.
I know Isaac just can't see it. Full stop.
I can see it. It's big enough.
Jeez.
Can't see the pores
eyes
on
are
your
getting-
face though.
Eyes are getting better, bro.
I see what I need to see.
See what you need to see. What's that? A big
He's
square
Asian,
with some big
so-
square with some lights on it.
I can see the speed limit.
Speed. You reckon there's a speed limit on there?
No, just in general, bro.
Do you reckon you'll ever get behind the wheel of a car again? Maybe one day.
Probably don't have a car at the moment.
Probably don't or don't.
I know.
You were gonna say the same thing.
Do you know up on the back of my bike?
Ooh, that's actually not too far off now.
Yeah.
Good.
Be cute.
Yeah. Do I just hold you on the titties?
Well, there's actually cushions on my top box, like backrest, so you can actually just lean back.
What if I want to grab you?
I mean, you can.
Bro, you've had
if
the,
you wanted
you've had
to,
the
but
opportunity to grab him for 2 months. You will wait
y-
until you get on the back of a motorbike.
It's more romantic.
I don't know. You could sneak in there when he's.
sorry, bro, I'm seeing someone.
Sneak into another man's domain and grab his titties.
Yeah, or sneak onto the back of his motorbike and do the same thing.
Could. Should probably answer some questions, eh?
No,
Yeah, or
provide
talk
our-
about something of substance. I don't
Provide
know.
our viewers some value.
yeah. Well, I was trying to insinuate some topic, some productive conversation when we were talking about, you were talking about your shoulder impingement, and I asked if you thought that it was a product of you not balancing out rest and training.
Yeah.
But I guess from a broader viewpoint,
My answer to that was I don't think so.
yeah.
I do train
But is it
usually every day.
from
But
like from a higher perspective, I guess, is that something that you would consider? Like, is that something that's part of your thought process when you're thinking about training and whatever? Like, are you considering how much you're training versus how much you're resting, recovering, and
yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I notice that I'm excessively sore, I'm obviously going to train less than when I'm not sore.
Mm.
But
and is that just something that you've become accustomed to in terms of you over the years understand yourself better and can kind of read your body better in terms of knowing when and when not to train?
yeah,
So it's not really something that you have to plan for. It's just like every day you can just kind of get a vibe of how energetic you are and how much.
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I'm a big proponent of active recovery rather than completely just resting and doing nothing.
Mm.
So,
Yep.
I mean, occasionally I will take a full day off and do nothing, but most days I will do something.
Yep.
And then if I need recovery, I'll just keep it light.
Yep.
However, if I'm in a setting where I get excited, that goes straight out the window and I just pull out all my big sets. Dude, I went to Meadowbank and I was like,
Bruh.
I'm a little bit sore. Bro, honestly, probably half the reason I fucking got this shoulder. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sore today. I'm not gonna do much. Like I'm honestly just gonna chill and socialize.
Vividly remember that.
I ended up just fucking hitting set after set, fucking just sending shit, and I was so G'd up.
Mm.
Anyways, a couple of days later, fucking
beep. Shoulder impingement.
no surprises there, you bloody idiot.
You big idiot. Yeah.
What was your biggest injury, Jordan? You ever had a massive one?
Torn meniscus.
What was your
Nothing crazy. I mean, is this related?
What was your biggest injury, Isaac?
Probably my left wrist. Couldn't train calisthenics for 6 months.
Yeah, that is technically bigger than a broken ankle because it
I couldn't train
hinders
calisthenics.
training.
Depends.
I couldn't train calisthenics for 3 days with my
Depends how you look at
broken
it.
ankle.
Depends how you look
This
at
took
it.
me out for 3 days. My wrist took me out for 6 months.
You can still walk with your wrist though.
Honestly, I can't hate this guy. He always brights on the look side, mate.
Right to the look side. He reckons.
You're such a word twister.
Yeah.
You know, I've had many injuries. The first 2 years was full of injuries, calisthenics.
I haven't really had any. I've had actually. No, that's a lie. I have had injuries. I take that back.
Yeah, I never have anything too serious. Like tore meniscus from doing some flips one time, and then about a month or two, and I was back to 100%. Just couldn't do any dynamics for a little while. But calisthenics injuries, impingement's probably the worst I've had, and then maybe a little bit of sore wrist here and there, but nothing serious.
Yeah.
What about yourself? Just a couple little.
I
Bobs and
haven't
bits.
I haven't been training calisthenics long enough, I don't think, to get any. I've had one calisthenics related injury, and it wasn't even directly calisthenics related. I trained at Meadowbank for like 3 hours back when we were like G'ing up earlier in the year and just absolutely sending it every Monday night for like hours and hours. That was when it was cold. It was cooler as well because it was like autumn, winter. And then the next morning I got up after like 4 hours of sleep, went surfing for like 3 or 4 hours in the morning. No wetsuit, freezing cold. And it was definitely like a combination of the cold and just like no sleep and training at Meadowbank and doing like a lot of core heavy exercises and then surfing, which is also pretty core taxing. And then pretty sure I tore a intercostal muscle, which is the muscles in between your ribs.
It's like it's a breathing muscle, right? One of them.
One of, yeah. But it's more just it's more just the muscles in between your ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not necessarily directly related to breathing. Obviously involved in it because your rib cage will expand, but that's more beneath your ribs. But yeah, that hurt a lot because like it just hurt to breathe after that.
Yeah.
For like ages. So I literally couldn't.
So I had to breathe less.
Bro, I couldn't even move, and that was not as bad. But I had a collapsed lung before that, so
Collapsed lung seems pretty
bad.
serious.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me about that. You're like, oh, you have a inflamed rib as well. Back in March.
Oh, are we talking about
In
the
Melbourne?
intercostal tear or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we had a similar injury at the same time.
Yep. Yeah.
I did it from dips. I braced too hard. So at the top of the rope, I was like, and then I expanded my lungs to the point where I bruised my rib muscle.
Yep.
And went to hospital that night.
You went to hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't, but I was pretty concerned when I did mine because it was the same area as my collapsed lung. That was bad, man. But it didn't hurt as much, so I knew that it wasn't as bad. And the recovery was kind of similar. I just couldn't move.
Yeah.
I couldn't train for 4 days, and then on the 4th day, I fully recovered and went to Bondi. That's where I did my first front lever outside in the wild. And then I did a human flag, and that's when I injured my tricep for the next 3 months.
You did a human flag 4 days after you had that injury?
Yeah, and then I injured my
Right.
tricep.
Dude's made an ode to never do a human flag ever again.
Who? Isaac?
Yeah. You would never do one again, would you?
I did one on Sunday in Sydney,
Really?
and there was no pain. Yeah.
I remember you just saying to me over and over, "Fucking never doing a
I'm
fucking
never
flag
doing it
again."
Yeah. Overcame it though. But there was this time in high school when I was doing a push-up challenge. You had to do a push-up depending on a stat, like a mental health stat during that day. So say 21 people suicided, then you got to do 21 push-ups that day.
What's funny?
I don't know.
It's the way you said suicided.
No, I'm just laughing because Blake was laughing.
Yeah, I don't know
He
why.
was laughing at me.
Come on, guys. Not a serious matter.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Not a serious matter. Let's try to get through a story without coughing. Alright. So I had this bright idea of instead of doing push-ups every day for a month, depending on the number of stats, I'll just do all the numbers combined at the end of the month. So
Can I just interject for one real second? I just remembered what I was meant to say. I said not a serious matter.
Yeah, I was
meant to say-
staring at you for like.
I was meant to say not a laughing matter.
yeah, that's why we're like, what?
I think I think the caffeination is reaching me.
It could be.
Yeah.
It
It's
could.
muddling up my words.
It's wording
It's
up
quite
your-
interesting.
Wording up your muddles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so every single day of the month, you're meant to do push-ups according to a stat for mental health. But I did all the reps in one day. And there was about 3,157, I believe. So that one day I woke up at 4 a.m. I put a bottle on the floor so that my chest would always reach the ground and touch the bottle when I did push-ups. I touched the bottle as I was doing the reps. I tallied it on my computer, and about 1,000 in, I was getting an impingement in my elbow, so I had to continuously hose down my elbow with cold water to stop the inflammation. And then it got even worse. So I wrist wrapped it and kept doing normal push-ups. It got even worse. My range of motion was getting worse and worse, although I was still touching the bottle. So I put an ice pack on my elbow and then wrist wrapped it and then kept doing it more. And then I got to the point where it was like 2,300 push-ups and I just tapped out because I literally couldn't do a single push-up because the tendon in my elbow was so swollen, literally couldn't bend my...
It's a good effort, but you gave up.
Yeah, I gave up. I felt like a pussy. I couldn't train for a week.
But
and
what
after
made
that-
you want
you
to
are.
attempt to do 3,100 push-ups in a single day?
Because I was like 17 and bored.
You're just bored. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems
Did someone dare you, or you just thought
seems
you?
like a reasonable thing to do when you're bored.
Well, no, I just did it.
Yeah.
Then after that, I never did push-ups again for the next like 2 years.
Sounds
that was
like you
enough.
didn't
Yeah.
need to, bro.
I was bored one time, so I decided to train for 9 months to run 100 kilometers without stopping.
Who inspired you?
David Doggins.
Yeah, David, big old Davey. When I read his book, Can't Hurt Me, it inspired me, and I had an item to my bucket list, and it was do a 100 kilometer
David
ultra
Dawkins.
marathon. It was good.
Mm.
I'm very glad I did that.
Were you running on a broken ankle?
No, why would my ankle be broken?
Or broken foot? Isn't that what
Oh,
David Dawkins did?
yeah, he got stress fractures in his feet because he did a 100-mile race with zero training. But he finished it in something ridiculously like quick, like
That's
19,
crazy.
18, 19 hours. So that's 161 kilometers.
Mm. That's insane.
And yeah, he didn't do it. He had no training. And the night before, he trained legs and did squats. And the only nutrition he had on the race was literally crackers.
Crackers.
Crackers. Like
Man.
white people or just like the food?
Probably just white people crackers.
Yeah, right.
Bro,
Yeah.
that guy's crazy.
Wild.
His, I love his stories about his like stuff in the army, Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
The Rangers.
Yeah.
That stuff's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's mad. Have you read his? You
No,
guys?
I haven't read his book, but
Oh,
he's got a couple
gotta read
podcasts
it.
where he talks about what's in
Yeah.
the books. It's on my list to read, but I just have the list of books that I have to read is so long.
Yeah, you should.
It's
I
not
reckon
on-
his
it's not on the
audiobook is
top.
probably better because I listened to the audiobook, and after every chapter, he actually has a voiceover, his own voice, and he'll kind of like talk about the chapter a bit. So I reckon audiobook is probably the best way to go for it.
Yeah. I already know heaps about him, which I'm guessing coincides with a lot of the stuff that's in his book because it's about him, right? It's about his story. So I've already listened to like every podcast he's done. So
Yeah.
and some of them he goes into like a lot of detail about the book and about his story, about what's in the book and that sort of stuff. So
Yeah, I
Crazy
love
dude.
the ethos of do something that actually scares you, like, makes you severely uncomfortable.
Like cliff jumping.
Yeah, just do. But the thing is, the challenge that you sign up for has to be something that you are actually almost convinced you can't do. Like if you sign up for something and you know that you can do it, then it's probably not difficult enough. You need to sign up for something and go, shit, honestly, I'm not even sure if I can do that. Like when I signed up for my 100, I literally had done 3 runs. I'd gone on three runs, and I was shit scared. I actually thought, how the hell am I going to do that? It was the point where I was getting knee pain just from running 10Ks. But then
that's interesting.
the knees got stronger eventually, and then boom.
That's interesting because I've always been someone who is driven by doing things that other people don't think I can do.
Yeah.
It's like the same sort of thing, just internal.
Well, that's another reason as well. Like you tell people, I
Well-
want to do this, and like, what the hell? That's crazy. You sure you can do
Yeah.
that? Then it's
Yeah.
like more
Yeah.
inspo.
Besides what people see you at face value on Instagram, like what do you get up to besides calisthenics, cliff jumping, that kind of stuff? Like what do you like to do?
Like outside of,
Yeah.
or just in general. Like
Outside
we're
of-
talking like hobbies, work.
Outside of stuff you display on Instagram. Like outside of work, calisthenics, cliff jumping.
Yeah. I like acquiring knowledge, so I like to read.
Oh yeah.
Or if I'm gonna watch something, or I might watch something on YouTube, but it has to be informative. I want to learn.
What about like you go on bike rides, but do you like go out to watch movies and stuff?
Fuck no. There's nothing worse than watching a movie for me.
Or do you take a
I just feel
girl?
guilty. If I sit down and watch something, can't do it for longer than 10 minutes. Otherwise, I'll feel immense guilt that I'm just wasting time. Like, I have to be constantly, improving or improving in some way, shape, or form, whether that be acquiring knowledge, improving my strength, my training, earning money. I just have to be doing something that's not a waste of time. Like if I'm going to sit and do something, I have to be able to walk away and be like, okay, what did I gain from that? I'm sitting down and reading a book for 15 minutes. It could be, all right, I've improved my vocabulary. I've learned a new word, or I've understood something in a new way.
So is your only form of fun something productive?
Yeah, literally.
What do you say to people that think that's boring? Get fucked.
Enjoy your life. If you find enjoyment from watching movies and going to the club or the pub or just having a beer, that's fine. You do you. But for me, it's just not fulfilling. So, each to their own.
What about you? Bits
No hate.
missing?
Bits missing. That's the question.
No, you like going to the club raves.
The original.
You like to surf as well. Like, is that what you do besides?
No, I used to surf. I also used to go to clubs, but I'm not really interested in it. I used to go to clubs because I didn't have people around me like you guys who I could associate with at a level that I wanted to. So I would go out and party and look for that short-term entertainment and like kind of external validation instead of, like Jordan said, doing the productive things, which is inherently what I find more enjoyable and more fulfilling. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know if anyone really gets fulfillment out of going to clubs, drinking and doing that sort of stuff. Maybe there are people out there that find fulfillment, like real fulfillment in doing things like that. But not once did I ever find that was like deeply satisfying or fulfilling for me. It was literally just a means of filling the time, like filling the void. Do you know what I mean? Now that I've found that deeper kind of purpose, and I have those more fulfilling, productive things to do, which, like I said, has come from us moving here and you guys. I've completely lost interest in partying, going to clubs. I still enjoy music thoroughly. That's a passion of mine that is going to be with me forever. Like I play guitar. I listen to all different genres of music. I go to raves, but that's different to like just going to the club. No one goes to the clubs to listen to the music. Like, I love the music they play at the clubs. You hear the same thing every weekend, unless you go to like specific clubs or underground ones, or you have like a specific kind of genre that you go to listen to. Maybe that's a little bit different. But yeah, I think generally the club kind of vibe and drinking and that sort of stuff is not really a satisfying, fulfilling environment to be in for anyone. Yeah, I don't know. From what I understand about you, you probably agree with me on that.
What about yourself,
On
Isaac?
clubs and what?
Yeah, clubs and drinking and
I
that sort of
I don't
stuff.
drink, so
Yeah,
yeah, I agree.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
clubs are kind of just like I enjoy it because I enjoy clubs, but I don't do them as much. I've only been clubbing 4 times in my life because just with friends. But I enjoyed the time that I spent at them because I didn't like it, so I know that it just validates the fact that I don't like them.
You liked it because you didn't like it.
Yeah, yeah. I never view things as a waste of time. I just view things as like trial and error, you know. What?
He's in my foot
We-
space.
We had
Ooh.
dogs contact.
Yeah. Contact has
bit
been
of dog
made with
interception.
Dogs, you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've been getting into raves a little bit more since last year. My mate Jordan invited me to knock out
Me?
Joey Chad.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Great opportunity for mogging.
Yeah, I was actually there for video reasons because
Yep.
I filmed him,
Yeah.
and also
You've got a side interest in that, eh?
yeah, I like videography, and that takes me to lots of different things. Like I've done multiple different kinds of shoots.
Yep.
I just like doing stuff behind the camera and on the computer. So I don't really care where I am. I just take my camera out and film it. But I know I watch an odd movie here and there. Haven't been doing it at all this year. Last year I was too preoccupied with competitions in calisthenics. Had like 4 of them. Traveled Australia.
Yeah, it's a lot.
This year's been a drought, but ever since Fit Expo, it's just been barely, eh? It's been new job,
Got a new
grinding,
comp. Got a new comp.
new
locked in.
comp. Yeah.
3rd of December.
Exciting. New comp.
Sunday, the 3rd of December.
I said
Do
it-
you know what time? Yeah?
Yeah. I know what time.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, but you haven't like revealed the time yet? Or you?
I'm gonna say it now. It's
'Cause-
like just between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We just booked that whole space out. 8 a.m.
8 to 8.
8 to 8, yeah.
Oh,
8
yes.
to 8, Sunday, 3rd of December, Rudd Park. Be there or be square.
Yeah. Well, that's the permit times, but obviously the program will run differently.
Won't be many squares that day then.
Hopefully not.
I reckon there's going to be pretty much all of calisthenics in Australia will be there, ideally.
I guess
That's what I'm
because
expecting.
I've held a good comp before,
Mm.
and so they see Brian and I as like trustworthy people in
Yeah.
running a good event. And
And didn't you
It's
get
also-
a sponsor recently, which I don't know if you want to mention yet?
I can mention it because it's confirmed. We'll
It is confirmed.
we'll have a
New sponsor. What is it?
A Red Bull van, just like dishing out drinks to athletes. So if you want to
Oofed.
come down and sample some Red Bull, yeah,
So we got a Red Bull sponsor at this event.
yeah, free can.
How'd you manage that?
Just flick them an email, mate.
You just flicked Red Bull an email.
Yeah, they were like,
Red Bull AU.
yeah,
Can you flick V an email? I prefer V's personally.
No.
too late. It's on Red Bull now.
Yeah, it was
but
just a joke, but
You
anyways.
got you were saying you and Bryden's reputation has helped in
Yeah,
terms of
yeah.
in terms of getting people interested in the competition, but you've also got it's a qualifier, right, as well. So that's generates a little bit of interest
Well,
as well.
probably won't say this. There's a qualifier for something, but I'm not going to say what it is for. But
Oofed.
Keeping
Bryden-
that secret.
because it's going to be announced. And
Oh, okay.
For
I don't know the exact details.
Yeah,
so
righto.
it's a qualifier for another event which we might mention, but that other event is pretty high level. Do you think anyone in Australia is at that level yet? I guess it
We'll
depends.
find out, won't we?
We do have some athletes that are very good at statics, some athletes that are pretty good at dynamics, but do we have any athletes that are competent in both at a high level?
There's no athlete in Australia that's going to be genuinely competitive at one of the big competitions overseas, like in
Yeah.
Europe.
That's-
That's just not. Calisthenics is too small and young here.
Yeah, that's
That's the
exactly
short
what
answer.
I'm thinking.
That's the short answer. But it's never going to get on the same level as it is overseas unless there is that connectedness, unless there is a reason for people here to push for something higher and compete with people overseas. That's inevitably going to accelerate the development of people here and push them to achieve new heights. Do you know what I mean? If
Yeah.
everyone's just constantly competing against each other here, of course, everyone will develop and improve. But if there's an incentive to match what people are capable of overseas as well, then that's like a much bigger target and a much higher drive for sure.
Bro, I can't wait till my shoulder's fixed, eh?
We
I want
Brian
to get
and I,
back on the grind.
Brian and I, Street Workout Australia, we have the next 3 comps planned out
That's mad. Over how long?
a year. So Burleigh and then Melbourne Fitness Expo and then Sydney Fitness Expo. We have that pretty much on the radar.
Yeah.
The international athletes will be coming at Melbourne. Hopefully, I will advertise it that way. But yeah, raising the bar, you need foreign competition.
No pun intended.
Yes, sir. Raising the bloody bar.
Mm.
I reckon it's so exciting that calisthenics is still so young in this country because there's just so much room for us to work. Like there's so many directions and that we could take the sport and so many opportunities we can take advantage of to grow it.
Yeah, untapped market.
Absolutely.
First in,
Best
First
dressed. Best dressed, mate. Best dressed.
First
in,
in,
first
first served. Is that a saying?
yeah, first in, first served.
What about
Yeah,
first in,
right.
first dressed?
Huh?
First dressed.
What's everyone else doing? Not dressed.
Come naked, first dressed. Anyhow.
Make it make sense. Who any?
Who any you reckons?
Who any? um,
Bit of disparity between mental conditions here.
are there any? Is there any mental condition going on at all? I don't think so. None here.
There's some mental conditions. I don't
was
know about
literally-
mental
I was gonna
clarity.
ask something, and then I don't know. The trains aren't training today.
Yeah.
No, not at all. What is it? It's like you know what it's there. but it's
Relating
not there.
to calisthenics,
no.
mental derangement. That's all we're just chatting about.
Could be. Had something to do with. No, it's gone.
It's gone.
Thin air. Poof.
That's about all we got, eh?
Yeah, right.
Man,
Oh, it was about balance. But that's all I can think of.
yeah. We're on the tail end, eh?
It was-
Kind of already
it was-
touched on it.
Have we?
How do you balance work, training, leisure?
Oh, that's what it was. It was. Do you need to? Do you need to have balance, or not?
You don't need to do anything in life, really.
Well, what's more ideal? Balance or no balance?
Comes down to the person. What's your goals? What do you want out of life? For the average person, I think balance, yeah, is important for them.
Mm.
But if you want to achieve a high goal or an extreme,
Do you think balance is limiting?
yeah. I think if you want to achieve high status in any endeavor or get to a high level, you need to be putting in far more work than anyone else, and that's going to put your balance out of whack.
Yep. I like to think of it as if the amount of effort or work or time you can give to any endeavor is analogous to like a jug of water. So imagine you have like a jug of water, right? And that's all your work, time, and effort. If you're to pour that jug into multiple different cups, then sure, if that's what you want to do, go for it. But if you want to be the best at one particular thing, you're wasting time pouring that water into other glasses and not into that one glass that you want to be the best at,
Mm.
if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
you'd be better off not seeking balance. And I don't think that balance necessarily gives you peace of mind or a better lifestyle or any of that sort of thing. I think once you achieve whatever goal it is that you are seeking to achieve, balance becomes more important. But I think until you achieve whatever your specific goal is, like balance is a hindrance almost. The same would apply in your case of doing your 100-kilometer run. If you weren't 100% set on doing that and you did other things that were counterproductive to you focusing on that goal, there's like you wouldn't have achieved it as quickly or as easily as you did. And I don't even know, there might have been things that were distracting you during the process which slowed you down or hindered your ability to actually achieve that goal in that particular situation. I don't know if there was or if there wasn't, but I think regardless in any situation, the less you focus on one specific goal, the longer it takes and the harder it is to achieve that specific goal, especially if that goal is advanced or like very, very difficult to achieve. Yeah. Which applies to us for sure. Like with calisthenics and whatever it is, there's no point fluffing about and jumping from thing to thing and focusing on multiple things at once. If you want to be the best at one thing,
I think
chips in, bro. Chips in.
At the end of the day, it comes down to the person, to be honest. Really.
Yep.
Everyone gets fulfillment from various things.
Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of people who are more than comfortable with doing or living a balanced lifestyle, doing a bit of this, a bit of that. And
some people are happy to just work at Woolies, watch some TV, eat a couple of carrots.
A couple of carrots, you reckon?
Go to bed, wake up, do it all over, and they're happy with that, and that's fine.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Even more so than that, like there are people who are still trying to get strong or trying to be good at calisthenics, and there are people who are trying to pursue success in their career and, you know, acquire knowledge and all those sorts of things, but they're not solely focusing on those things, and that's fine. If that's the process that they want to go by, and they're not seeking to be number one at whatever it is at training, at calisthenics or whatever it is, then no problems with it. But if you are seeking that top spot, there's no way you'll get it if you're multitasking.
Yeah,
no chance, zero. Because the guy that's number one right now, he's not multitasking.
Yeah.
He's got his eyes set. Valentin's not multitasking, bro.
He's planching, bro.
He's planching. And when he's not planching, he's planching.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or coaching and raising a family, but
oh yeah, for sure. But he's not wasting time is what I mean. He's not focusing on some other objective.
Yeah,
distracting
in that little section. But in general,
and even then though, he's still planching.
Yeah, but in general, he's balancing work and life with family, planch, and coaching.
He's balancing
in that little space of calisthenics. He's not multitasking.
And he's been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah, that's what it says on his bio.
Sorry, what?
That's what it says on his bio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my 2 cents on balance. Fuck balance.
Yeah.
I only do what I want to do.
I just want to be the best.
There's nothing to balance if I'm only doing the thing that I want to do.
Yeah. I think that whole framework of life as a balance is just a scam.
Yeah. It just seems like to me everyone supports one side of the argument but doesn't give any time to the other side, and both are valid. Both are equally as valid for different people. Like no one ever says you should dedicate every single waking second to one particular thing and throw balance out the window. No one ever promotes that. Everyone's like, oh, you got to have work-life balance. You got to be, that's how you stay healthy. That's how you live a good life. Bro, what if living a good life for me is being number one?
Yeah.
Is being the absolute best. Then me relaxing and enjoying downtime and all that shit, where's that getting me? Personally, like I said,
Comes down to the person.
comes down to the person.
and their frame of mind.
Exactly. But not me.
Did we have any questions today or no? Oh, have you done that?
For how long? Yeah, righto.
Oh, at least we can see black now on the screen when they're off.
Yeah, that comes in handy. We need to clap again.
No, we don't.
We don't?
It's still running. I just have to
Oh,
wake
the
them up.
screen just goes black.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
No, we
That
don't.
we don't have any questions, but that was a question that Anita asked last week, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So there you go, Anita. Congrats. We pretty much just made an entire episode out of
I mean,
question.
It was too broad to answer
Yeah.
that episode.
we kind of
That's
just
true.
we kind of
That's
just
true.
addressed in the last 10 minutes, to be honest.
Well, we touched on it earlier as well. It's more to do with training, but the question of whether or not balance is a good idea or not was something that I wanted to answer, wanted to touch on more in depth, which we did. David Goggins has a. Have you heard David Goggins' quote about that?
Balance? Yeah.
He's like, if you want to go to that place where people don't like you, people don't understand you. He says something along those lines. Have you seen
Yeah,
that one? That's
yeah.
a good quote.
You're not going to be balanced if you want to become the best at what you do.
Yeah.
If you want to be that guy at what you do, balance is going to be out the window. And
Yeah.
balance is basically not important if you want to be the best
Yeah.
at what you do. David Goggins is only David Goggins because
He had zero.
he doesn't have balance.
Exactly. There's Exhibit A. Exhibit A of what we just spent the last 10 minutes talking about. And you can find plenty of other examples in life if you want to just look at anyone who's the best at what they do. They make sacrifices.
One thing I also notice in common people, this just randomly came to mind because I was thinking about it today.
Muddled.
So many people live vicariously through the achievements of others. Like, for example, their footy team wins and they're like cheering like as if the best thing has ever happened in the world. Like they're over the moon about it. And then the next day they go back and resume their life. Or
Yep.
say a UFC fighter wins and they're cheering about it. And
That's
yeah,
what-
they don't necessarily have any major achievements themselves or at least or major goals themselves.
Yep.
And they obsess so much over what everyone else has done.
Yep.
Why hasn't those achievements inspired them to do something themselves?
You just kind of brought up a really interesting topic. It's in my head, I'm relating it closely to how people get so obsessed with games. It's like a cheat code to being able to experience success without having to put in the work to some degree. Like if you win at a game or if you watch your team win, you have, like, especially with the gaming kind of thing, you do have to put in some effort. Like, you're not just going to win without the effort. And I guess to some degree, even if you're supporting like a team or watching a sport or whatever, you still have to kind of engage in watching or whatever it is, but to like not even close to the degree you would have to if you wanted to achieve something along the same lines yourself. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like a workaround where you can experience way more success without having to personally put in the effort and the work, which maybe there's some correlation there between people who have that desire for success in them, which I think most people inherently have anyway. I don't think there's really anyone out there that doesn't desire some form of success or reward. That's just like fundamentally built into people.
It's in our
And
biology.
so maybe it's just that some people are less inclined to put in the work and push long term for something, and so they're less inclined to do that. They're more inclined to just support a team, experience the ups and downs of that, but not actually put in the hard yards that the team would be putting in behind the scenes, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. They kind of just go along for the ride.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Basically, they still want that feeling of success, but not have to actually put the work in or put the risk or take the risk to achieve that. So they kind of get
Yep.
that same sensation, but
Yeah.
there's no risk on the line, right? But then
Mm.
again, there's no reward for them, but they can almost feel a reward because
Yeah,
they care
it's
so
like it's like
much.
a
They're
mental
so
trick.
mentally invested.
It's like a mental trick. Yeah, like your brain kind of operates in the same way as it would if you put in the work and won yourself. But you're not actually doing that. You're just observing someone else win and kind of tagging along for the ride. I think there's a little bit of a relationship between that and delayed gratification versus instant gratification. I don't know if you know what delayed and instant gratification are. Yeah.
Straightforward.
Yeah. So, like, especially in today's day and age with social media and like so many temptations for seeking that instant gratification, it's a lot harder to motivate yourself and discipline yourself to pursue the delayed gratification, which in most circumstances is the more optimal approach. You know what I mean? The things that you put the work in for, and I was kind of touching on this last episode with like my job, where you put in the work and you don't get the instant result, but the result long term is far more beneficial. Same goes with like healthy eating. You don't get that short term benefit. Valentine was talking about it on that podcast we were doing with him as well. They're kind of all tying together, and the same with what we're talking about with the watching teams. It's like you watch a team play and they win. You watch for like 90 minutes. Cool, instant gratification, done. But you put the work in yourself, it takes months, takes years to get to where you want to get to. But that success, that win after that much longer period of time and all those hard yards is far more worth it, far more beneficial.
Word.
On frong.
Where'd you get frong from?
Bro, I saw someone commented on TikTok, Someone commented on my video and they just said frong. It's like for real on God in one.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that.
But the way I read
Shit.
it was frog, a typo of frog. And I was like, where's the frog? Don't know.
Anyways, good chat.
Yeah.
Any final things you want to mention?
Mention as in closing statements.
As in mention, as in talk about,
Anything that you
Say.
wish to
verbalize.
verbalize via exhalation? If that makes any sense.
No.
You know you can't speak without breathing out. How weird is that?
Yeah.
Just struck me.
So if you stop breathing, you stop talking.
Yeah, you literally can't talk without air
Yeah.
coming.
Anyways,
Anyway,
that was some
Anywho.
great final comments from
yeah,
us.
that's my verbalization through exhalation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good chat.
Good chat.
Chat good.
Chat good. Oh, keep an eye out for this.
Be a Valenti
Yeah.
merch.
Yep, we're working
Coming
on
soon.
working on some more stuff.
Yeah. You've been doing some good.
I've been putting in some
Good
hard
progress.
yards. Yeah, I've been
It's good. I like it.
throwing balance out the window.
I like it.
So there'll be some more stuff coming. Yeah, in the next couple of weeks, hopefully.
All right. Time to edit more Via Valenti reels.
Yeah,
Sweet as.
Sus on Instagram, TikTok now as well. We're active on TikTok. This podcast is up on Spotify and YouTube. Rate us, subscribe, like, leave comments, all that good stuff.
Work just never stops.
That's the way it should be.